Welcome back everyone. In today's video I'm going to be covering snapping and linking in DaVinci Resolve. So I'm going to show you and explain what each of those are, snapping and linking, and then I'm going to show you how you can utilize that inside of your own workflow. Let's get into it. So jumping straight into DaVinci Resolve here, I've got this timeline already with a bunch of clips on it. And that's all we need to demonstrate how everything works. So we'll start with snapping. In a nutshell, what snapping is inside DaVinci Resolve is when you've got your playhead, if you've got snapping on, it will automatically snap to the next. So it could be marker, it could be cut, but it snaps to the cut. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more to demonstrate it. It will snap. Now this is really good because it speeds up your editing when you're editing larger projects like this, because if you want to be precise with your cuts or lining things up, then it will automatically snap to these areas. This is great, but sometimes the downside is when you're doing really minute, very specific changes as to like how you're cutting the clip or trimming or whatever, sometimes the snapping gets in the way of you being able to make the change. So like for instance, if I wanted to bring this clip and I didn't want it to snap because it's restricting me somehow, I'd come up to this little icon here. This is the snapping on and off, and you hit that, and now there's no automatic snapping. So it also means that our playhead no longer snaps with the cuts and stuff. So if I turn it back on, you'll see it snaps there. Turn it off and it's really smooth. I actually have a keyboard shortcut set to turning snapping on and off because when I'm editing, a majority of the time, a lot of the stuff I'm doing I want snapping on because it just makes things easier to get things precise. But then there'll be times when I'm trying to make a very precise movement, but it would automatically snap to something, and so then I need to turn it off so that I can make the minute adjustment, and then I turn snapping back on. So that's snapping. If you've got questions about that, let me know in the comments. I'll get onto those. Next is linking, linked selection. So the icon for this is just here. We've covered this in the last video, so if you haven't seen that, make sure to check that out first so you understand it. The linked selection tool, which is here, you want to have this always on. Basically what it does is when you've got it on, it keeps the video and the audio relative to where it's from, like the original clip. It keeps it tied together. So a quick example is you can see this clip here. When I click on it, both the video and the audio are attached together, and if I move it around, it goes together. This is really important. So that's why I said you don't even need to turn this off. So that's why you'd want to keep this on. But not all the time you want to have clips linked. So an example of this is maybe you're just wanting to use the video from a clip, or maybe you're using the video from a clip somewhere and the audio from that same clip somewhere else, and they're different timings altogether and it's just a part of the edit. In that case, you want to unlink them so that you can use the video separately and you can use the audio separately. Now, the only way to do this, and I've got a keyboard shortcut for it, but we'll show you the easier method, is you select your clip, you right click, and you untick link clips. So when we do that, now the video is separate and the audio is separate. And so if I move the video around and I move the audio around, they're not linked anymore. This is good when you want them to not be linked, but it also means that if there's talking, like it's a talking head video, it means your microphone and the video won't be synced, and so your lips will be, when you talk, the audio won't be following, which that can be an issue. But anyway, I'm going to go and I'm going to link these again so that they're together. But that's what linking is, and when you come and toggle this icon, that controls the whole timeline. So you'll see this little, it's the linking icon on all of these clips. That means they're all linked, they're safe, they're together. And you can tell by looking at the clip here, and you can see that little icon. And if you watch when I turn it off, now all of the clips are separate. So that's why I don't typically toggle it there. But, so if I turn this back on now, and so if you watch the little icon there, when I unlink it, the icon disappears and that tells you, yep, these two are separate. But if I link them again, they are good, and especially since this is toggled on. But the problem is, if you turn this off, so I've got no clips selected, if you turn this off, now, so the icon will still be there, but all of the clips are individual. That's why using just this little icon can sort of muck up your editing on your timeline. And so a very safe general rule of thumb is always keep that on and do all of your adjustments within linking it individually, because that way you're only affecting the clip that you want affected. This keeps your editing clean, it keeps it simple, it keeps things from happening which you don't want happening while you're editing. It's just a really good rule of thumb. Same with this one. If you've got questions around linking clips, let me know in the comments and I'll get on to answering those as soon as I can. And without further ado, like and subscribe to follow along so that you don't miss any valuable update. If you want to buy me a coffee, you can find the link in description for that. Do love a good coffee. And next in line, you're going to learn how to use the in and out points. Pro tip, these are awesome.